Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. Are you ready for another Trashcraft Tuesday? I certainly am. I went to bed last night having no idea what I was going to do today, and this morning I woke up and had the idea. So let's get into it. Clothing labels. So I have a variety here. My mum collects them up for me. She buys way more clothes than what I do. I hate clothes shopping, so it's something I very rarely do. But she collects up her clothing labels and then passes them on to me. And this is the latest envelope that she gave me last week. And I thought, I'm collecting quite a few and haven't actually sat down and played with any of them. Like, I've just been collecting them. And apart from popping one or two of my own into my personal journal as a memento of what I've bought, I haven't actually done anything creative. So today is the day. So if you have a variety of clothing labels, if you've got some hanging around, you don't know what to do with them, then today is the video for you. If you don't have any clothing labels, then what I've kind of got planned, you can easily mock up your own. You can create your own little tag shape, cut out some cardstock in whatever shape that you like. Most of these are rectangle, but I do have this cute little round one. It's probably not off clothing, it's probably off something else, but it's a very cute little round one. So yeah, don't be put off if you don't have any of these available, because you can make your own bases. But since these would otherwise be thrown out, these are what I'm using. So I'm going to start with this one. It's a brand of clothing that my mum buys quite a bit of, and she's bought me a piece of this brand as well, which I love wearing. This one I'm starting with because it's got some staple holes in the label, so it needs to be covered over, and I've got another one here that hasn't got staple holes. So for this one I want to cover over the holes on the front. On the back, I'm going to leave the back available for writing, and I think that's fine as is, even with those two little holes. And I've got these labels here. These are a kit from Printables by Marty Joe on Etsy. They are a set of apothecary type labels out of a catalogue. So quite fun. So I thought one of these might go nicely on the front there. These are all relatively the same, the ones I'm pulling out, just different words and fonts and things. I kind of like that one actually. So let's just go with that one. And I am going to distress, and I'll do that now because otherwise I might forget and have a bit more difficulty doing it after I've decorated it up. So I haven't actually done this. I don't know whether it's going to work. I think it will. So if it doesn't work, well, consider it a lesson in things that don't work. If it does, you're welcome. If it does work. But it should be fun doing a bit of play anyway and doing a bit of decorating and such like. So I am going to go ahead and decorate the back as well. Oh, sorry, ink the back just while I'm at it, otherwise I might forget that as well. So if you are making your own bases, you can make them any shape or size that you like. I'm just working with whatever I've got here, but you could also cut down if you have a label that's too big or you'd like to change the shape, then just go ahead and trim it down. There's no rules. Nothing that says that you can't hack into somebody's branded label or do whatever you like to it once it's in your hot little hands. So there we go. So there's a little bit of the logo and stuff poking out, and that doesn't bother me because I'm not finished yet. Right, I did not, just give me a sec. The one thing I forgot to grab out was my bulb pins. So you could use safety pins for this if you don't have bulb pins. Oops, trying to open the lip on the bottom instead of the lid. That doesn't work. Okay, so I've got my bulb pins here. And I haven't checked that they fit, so hopefully they'll fit. They should do. Grab out one of these wee bulb pins. I really like these bulb pins. If you haven't seen them before, they're super fun. And you can put all sorts of things on them. So I thought what we're doing today is making little dangles that you can hook onto a journal, onto the spine or inside the cover, wherever you like. Or if you don't have a pin, then you can leave the pin off and just make it so it tucks into a pocket or something. Or you can decorate it all up all lovely and then glue it onto the front of a journal cover to decorate the cover. But I want to do a little dangly thing. So I've got a variety of different beads here that I thought we might be able to play with. So I might just pop a few into this lid here, just to make it a bit easier. And these are sort of a silvery colour, and my bulb pin is a brassy, bronzy colour. I'm not worried about mixing up the metals. It's all fun. Once it's all together, it'll look fine and cute. Right, I've got some just odds and sods here of beads. So let's go with one of these wee clear ones. And then I've got some square glass beads here in a variety of colours. So we've got blue, purple, black and yellow. Maybe yellow. Oh, get the bag open, these tiny wee bags. So again, I'm just going to tip some out just to make it a bit easier. So grab one of those. And it's not wanting to go around that curve, so what I might do is try and see if I can get it around the curve first. Oh, no, it might be too long. I thought these ones would work, but oh, yep, just a little bit of force. And why I wanted to put it on first is because then it will anchor the beads a little bit, because sometimes they sort of go through the hole and round. Right, I think that's as far on as I can get that bead. Hopefully that's okay. I've still got enough room to... maybe that was a mistake. Okay, let's have another go. Seeing if I can get this around a bit further. I might have been better off to leave it at the start. So yeah, on these pins you do need to test beads, because sometimes the holes are too small or the bead is too long to actually fit around the curves. Okay, that is not going to go any further. So maybe I will just put 2 smaller beads on instead of the metal, the silver one, and just go with a couple of the clear ones. No, it's going to take up too much room, so I won't have room to hook it on to whatever I want to hook it on to. So we'll just leave it at the 2, and that's fine. Whoops, close up the pin. I'm going around in circles. There we go, got it. Okay, so we've got a couple of little beads. And I've got some other goodies to play with as well. I have some tulle. These beads and things and this tulle are things that I purchased off a shop that was going out of business in my local community. So I bought all of the stock of beads and other bits and pieces that go along with that, because I had a shop at the time. And then a lot of it I haven't actually used or sold. You know, I closed my shop after about 18 months, I think it was. And so I've still got all the bits and pieces, and I really need to go and de-stash a lot of it because I'll never get through it ever on my own. Right, so I've just chopped a section of tulle, and I'm going to add that. So if you're looking for tulle, just short little pieces, then get in contact, because I've also got 4 full rolls in different colours, because I do need to get rid of some stuff and sell some stuff on and get back some of the money that I spent buying up the stock from the shop, from this lady's shop. So I'm just going to tie this in a knot, and I might need to trim off the ends. We'll see. Oops, pin's getting all topsy-turvy. Yep, I think I'll leave them long, and then when I come to use it, I can decide whether I want to trim it down more or not. Now, I also have my ribbons, oops, which I put way too far away from where I'm sitting, but here we go. Right, just having a dig. Sorry it's off camera, but it's a big bag. I'm just going to fuss it through, see if I can find what I might want to add. Kind of got a vintagey vibe going on here, so I don't think I want to use bright orange or anything. And I've already got that orange as the tulle. So how about some gold maybe? Let's try that. And with this, just play around until you like what you get. You know, if you try something, don't like it, then don't put it on. It's just all about playing. So today is playing. We're playing with junk, with clothing labels that would otherwise be thrown away, but also just decorating, having fun playing with some bits and pieces that perhaps we don't normally play with. Well, I don't normally play with. It's been quite a long time since I've made any jewellery or anything, so although I would like to make some more, it's just too hard to try and go through everything to find what I need. So it's sort of in the too hard basket, because it's all, when we cleared out our shop, we just boxed everything up, not necessarily in any sort of order, and brought it home and stacked it up in one of 2 rooms. And so it's all over the place. It's in boxes, it's stacked up multiple boxes high, and it's just, yeah, it's just in the too hard basket for me at the moment. And hopefully one day I will sort it. Right, I wonder if I should actually drag that through. Sorry, I hope I'm on camera in all this. I realised I was working way too far away from the desk. I do apologise if that's the case. Does that look silly? Maybe. To bring it back through this other side. So I'm not particularly fussed on this one, I have to say. I'm not over the moon excited about how it looks, but that's okay. Let's try another one. So this one has got the word whistle down the bottom. It's a very thick tag. I'm thinking this might be nice to pop as a embellishment on a journal cover rather than attaching it with a clip or a pin. So I'm going to not put a pin on this one, which means that I won't be needing beads. But what am I going to do with it then? Okay, I've got these little flowers that I made during the whole book challenge. I can't remember the name of the lady who was making these, but they're very cute, and so maybe we want to add on one of those, because that would be really nice on the cover. These are just book page, so I might need to strengthen them up a bit maybe. Although if I glue down the whole petals it won't be so bad. Because that'll attach it to the cardstock and give it strength there. So I quite like that. Let's go and see if there's one of these labels that might work. It's kind of okay. Wonder if there's a bigger one that will work. That's a bit too wide. It's the same size. Could go for a round one and just trim off the sides. Maybe, that's a possibility. No, too wide. Hope you don't mind me fossicking here, going through my options. I'm just playing, so hope you're playing along too, even if it's not the same thing. Just whatever you've got to do on your craft desk, whatever you're creatively inspired to do. Now I'm thinking vertically, but it doesn't have to be vertically. It could be sideways. There's no reason why it doesn't have to be, why it couldn't be sideways. Sorry, get my words out properly. Castor oil. Do I want castor oil on a front of a journal? Sort of covers up all the pretty fonts. So I think I'll reject the castor oil. Too wide. Tincture of iodine. There's fun these labels. Oh, how do you even say that? Paregoric? I'd never heard of it. Don't know what that is. Some sort of medicinal thing. I think I'll go with that. Okay, I think you've seen me just fossicking through long enough. I'm going to take up the whole video just looking through my labels. I don't think that's particularly interesting, is it? Let's get some work done. I'm kind of in a very ponderous mood this morning. Like, I'm not sure what I want. Got a loose idea, but not any firm ideas. So, never mind. That's okay. If you get bored, you just fast forward or switch to something else. Now it sounds like the neighbour's out practicing on his electric guitar. No, it's definitely not the sun, because this is very tuneful and nice to listen to. The young lad had his birthday last week. I think it was last week. Turned 9 and got an electric guitar for his birthday. So we've had some very untuneful noises coming from next door, but cute, like just really cute. But this is definitely the dad. It's very nice listening to it. Right, let's pop this down. I'm going to make sure I get all the backs of the petals just to help strengthen it so it doesn't get damaged for when it goes on the front of a journal. And I can always go in over top and add some of that clear stuff. I can't think what it's called, that makes it go shiny. Okay, so I've got a little bit of petal overhanging, and that's okay. There's a brand called Crystal Drops, but that's not what I use. I use something else, but it's a similar thing. You it's clear and you put it over top and it goes shiny, but it also strengthens, gives it some more body. Right, so we've got little cotton threads out the top of the flower. I think that's super cute. Do I want to do anything else to it? I could have actually worked on the back, but that's all right. This has been die cut, so it's slightly rounded on top and not on the back. So I did really need to work on the front side. And there's a little bit of the word poking through, but not that you would ever really notice unless you knew it was there to look for it. Right, do I need anything else on that? A little ruffle of tulle. Actually, I quite like that. Let's see if I can do it a bit better. Might be a bit much actually. No, scrap that. It's worth playing around, like just playing, experimenting, seeing if you like something or not. Maybe a number. Let's have a look at numbers. Feeling like it needs something down in this corner just to balance it out. So let's see what we might have here. A little number? No, it's too long. It's little height-wise, but long. So we need something a bit shorter. That's even longer. So nope. Don't want pink, I don't think. Here's a shorter one. Could go that way. Or I just want to try one other thing. I want to try a stamped butterfly from out of my stash. Or bee. Bee even would kind of work with the flower, wouldn't it? Oh, I like the bee. And the bee's quite a good size. So let's try him. Kind of want, don't want him so squared. So it's very small, so quite hard to tear little pieces off. Yep, that's good enough. I'm just going to give it a little ink around the edge. So this might be a good one to put on my bee journal when I get a cover sorted. Should really do a cover making session for the journals that I'm wanting to do or got on the go already. Right, here we go. Here's our little bee heading to the flower. So there's a little story going on. That would be good if it was like tincture of honey. That would make sense. Right, there we go. I'm happier with that one, I must say. So let's go ahead and try another pin one, just to see if I can do one that I actually like. I mean, this one, it's okay. Like, it's not bad. I'm just not super in love with it. But I can still fiddle with it. I can play with it. I'm just at the moment feeling like if I try and play with it, I'm going to just go bad to worse. So I'm going to start with a new one that won't sort of cloud my vision with, you know, what I didn't like. So starting fresh on a new one. I won't want a flower, I don't think, for this. So yes, I think I'll stay away from the square beads. I think that's part of the problem, is that was throwing me. Got some, I'm not sure if these are metal or plastic. Actually, I think it might be metal. So let's see, this is a little gold filigree type bead. Oops, trying to find the other hole. Come on, where have you gone? Things not to do on camera, eh? No, so again, that is, oh, maybe. No, it is short enough to get round all the curves. So let's go with that one. What do I want to put with it? Do I want to put a silver one? Let's try it. And maybe there's these bronzy coloured ones. Might as well go for 3 different metal colours. So let's pop that on. See, 3 might be too many on this little bulb pin with the tag as well. Actually, trying to get it undone again. I'm thinking that I want to put one of the beads on the other side of the tag. No, still not happy with that. Let's go 2 beads with the tag in the middle. We'll get there eventually, people. I'm sorry this is a bit muddly, but maybe we just need 1 bead. I keep changing my mind, don't I? Right, let's go with 1 bead. Now, shall we tempt fate? And somewhere around here, over here, I've got a bunch of different metal charm type things. There's also more beads. So there's these little spirals, which are quite cute. Some little lotus flowers, or slightly bigger lotus flowers. There's some more spirals, lots of these spirals. What else is in here? Lots of beads, bigger beads. Tennis rackets. Oh, they've got little lobster claw clasps on, so not one of those. Little crystally. Oh, they're double-ended, so not one of those. See, it's so long since I've had any of this stuff out that I don't even really know what's in here anymore. Owls, again with a lobster clasp on. So I'm just having, what are these ones? Little fish. How cute. I don't remember seeing the fish before. I'm sure I probably have, but let's tip them out. They're really tiny. Can you see those? Little fishies. Cute. Cute. So let's see if a little fishy, just because I think they're cute, and it's like, see if we can use one. Oops, if I can get it on the pin. And then what does it look like? And it's got a little dangly bit. Or, I wish you could vote on this, people. Do we want to use something a bit bigger? I do like the fish. Oops. And grab one of the lotus. I'm not sure which way around they're supposed to go. One side's smooth and one side's got lines on. Lotus flower. I actually think I like the bigger one on this because it shows up a bit more. But oh, those fish are adorable. I just think they're so cute. Definitely have to remember those. Pop them in there instead of in the big container. And then these ones are flattish gold beads. They could be useful. Right, so we have our little dangle charm, a bead. What else do we put on here? Do we want, I'm trying to decide whether I want to cover up the Twin Lakes, but I quite like this. I think it's quite nice all on its own. Maybe a bit of tulle. So we've used orange, we've got red, teal or black. What's the red like? There's this little strip of red just hanging out, so maybe we'll have a look at that. I really love the tulle for putting, actually I'll show you, putting as a topper through a tag, just on its own, like you would with a bit of ribbon or string. So I'll just show you like this. So putting it in half and then putting it back through the loop, the tails through the loop, and pulling it tight, and it stays really nicely. It doesn't loosen up like ribbon does, and I think that's really cute just as a topper for a tag, just like that. It's very effective and fun, and just a different way of doing things to what what I've seen a lot of, using string and ribbon and bits of fabric and things. Tulle is a lot of fun. So yes, I currently have 8 different colours available in the tulle. If you want to buy some off me, get in touch. Right, so do we want to add this little bit of tulle or not? I'm going to try and see if I can tie it in a bow. It's not something I've tried before either. It's possibly not going to work, but in the name of experimentation. Oh yes, that works fine. I think that's fine. So there we've got something that could go in a journal, attach somewhere, wherever you like. Just a bit of fun. So I'm a lot happier with that one. It's very, very simple, very plain. You can still write on the back of it, but some things don't need to be complicated. Just adding a few bits, or even a bit here and there, is all that you need sometimes. This is quite a cool silver one. It's got a spirally pattern, very faint on the background, so it doesn't show up very well, and then the brand name, which I've never heard of either. It's quite thick, writing space on the back, and the silver, metallic silver front. So what would we like to do with this one? I need to cover that word. I'm not mad about the word, so let's have a look. Looking around me, I could go for an apothecary label, of course, but I'm just thinking that the colours, because this is silver, it's yeah, it's not immediately grabbing me as being a good combo. So I'm just looking at my Shabby Cottage Studio labels, seeing if one of those might work a little better. Too tall. Take these out. I think these are all the same size, but I know this one's a little bit smaller. That could work. I quite like the little watch faces, and the dragonfly is quite nice. So if I do this, what else might I like? I'm not sure that I'm going to distress this one, because I think it's just going to rub off on the metallic finish. Need something up here. Could go for another flower. Actually, I don't mind that. Let's try the pink. Even though it's distressed, don't mind it. I actually think that's kind of cute. So I am going to use my tacky glue on this label just because this is the finish that it is. Little glue plug in there. So hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. After yesterday, if you've watched yesterday's video, when it was a beautiful, beautiful day and we had a southerly change, which is a cold change. It was still nice and warm inside, but we did get rain later and it turned very black outside. We didn't get any thunder or hail or anything that they were warning of, not where I am anyway. And that's okay. It was fine. Well, it was wet. Cats came in wet, wanting cuddles, of course. Yeah, so that was all good. I got a lot of work done in the office, being nice and warm, which was super cool because I needed to for the launch. This is actually a little bit damaged around the hole, so hopefully that's okay. Just put a little bit of glue under there. Yeah, so that felt really good, getting some of the work done that I needed to. Feeling a little less stressed now, but still heaps of things I need to do, and I've got lots of plans for today. I didn't get as far yesterday on all the different types of jobs that I wanted to get done, so hoping I can knock out some of that today. Need to do another video because I only got one done yesterday. So I'm already behind and it's only Tuesday. Crazy, isn't it? Right. Maybe a little bit on that cotton on the back. Right, like that I think. So it has got a little lump in the centre from the cotton where it's knotted, because this one's knotted underneath rather than bringing the threads out the top. But that's fine, enough glue, hold it down and she'll be all good. So this type of thing, it does have some bulk to it, you know, if you're adding beads and buttons and things. So it is something that you want to be mindful of where you put it in the journal and make it removable so people can still write in the journal, which if you want them to write on the back, then you know it needs to be removable. If you're popping it on the front, it's better. But yeah, just think about where you want to use it and how you place it so that it doesn't interfere with people's ability to write in the journal. Because for most people, well, I think most people, maybe I'm wrong, you know, get a journal so they can write in it. Well, that's my idea anyway. I don't know, I've got a lady who bought a journal off me. Hi Karen, if you're watching this. And she can't bring herself to use it. She just flips through it and looks at everything, which I think is super lovely as well. But yeah, she did intend on using it, but just can't bring herself to. Do we want another number down there? Or something else? And if something else, what something else? What have I got? Let's go maybe a butterfly on this one. We do have a dragonfly, but I'm not adverse to, you know, adding a butterfly with a dragonfly, or perhaps, no, they're too big. Too big, too big. It's a little flower. No, we've got a flower. Don't need another one. Got this little butterfly. Another bee. Well, there's a dragonfly here, colourful, coloured one. No, don't want two dragonflies. What about this? Trying to dig it out. This bee. No, not liking any of those, so reject that idea. What else could we use? Maybe a word. Let's try words. When I find where I put them. gosh, I think I'm organised and then I move something and I've got to get used to it all over again. So I'm just going to put my numbers aside so I don't get in too big a mess here, because I feel like I'm already in a mess, enough mess. No. Laugh. Actually, that's quite nice. So that's a possibility out of that one, or let's try one out of my tin here, which is mostly vertical, but there are some little sayings here as well. These are from my Vertical Words Plus kit. That one's not too bad. I'm not quite so fussed of the yellow on this. Star. It's not too yellow, it's kind of picking up the distress ink around the flower. I think I might use that one. So I'm getting a big pile of things over to my right where I grab things out, and then I'm just stacking it up on the chair beside me. So I'll have to have a big put away session after this. And put all the beads and things back in the room where I got them from, so they're not cluttering up our living room. And I must check how we're going for time too. I probably need that down a bit where that blank space is. Yeah, that'll do. Right, and do I want anything through the hole? Right. Oh gosh. Yes, I was going to grab my new rolls of tulle, but they're on the bottom of a stack of 4 bins and above my head height. So I think I'm not going to risk hitting my head with them all falling down on top of me. So what will black look like? Let's use a little bit of black. The other colours I've got are a dark burgundy red, a goldy yellow, a dark coffee colour, which I thought might have been nice on this, and then another colour that was supposed to be like a tan beigey colour, but when it arrived it's sort of more of a goldy olive green gold sort of tone, which is fine. I'm not at all upset that it's not the colour I thought was coming. You know, it's still a nice colour in its own right. So yeah, so that's the colours I've got, 8 different colours, and the ones I just mentioned, the 4 full rolls, like are huge. I've got like 22 meters of each one. I think that's the size of the rolls, and they're all 6 inches wide. So same as this, same width as this. The person I bought this from had cut the roll in half, so this one's in basically 3-inch widths, but the other 4 that I've just bought, they're all 6 inches wide, and so I'll probably sell those. I don't know what sort of length. I have to think about that. Maybe 12 inches, maybe. There. Oh, I like that. That's probably my favourite one so far today. So how are we doing for time? Oh, it's time we actually called it quits. It's amazing how much time you waste sort of trying to make decisions and frolicking around with things. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry that it was a bit sort of muddly and messy. I hope you got something out of it. So here's my first one, which I'm not overly fussed with, so I will probably tinker with that a bit more when I feel in the mood. Maybe I need to trim off those ends because they're annoying me. Maybe just leave a little bit of ribbon. I don't know. Don't know whether that helps or not. So yeah, I'll see about that one. But there's the first one. There's this one, which I'm a lot happier with. I think it's cute with the little dangle and the bead and the bit of tulle. And then there's this one that I've turned sideways with just layering it up with a few bits and pieces. And all of these can be written on the back of. And then this last one, which I really love, just very simple. Just adding some decorative bits and it's done. So there we go. I hope you weren't driven crazy by this video. But that's crafting. It's an adventure. So I'll say goodbye for now and see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me if you made it this far.